Alright gang, welcome back to our competitive one-tile challenge here on Farmlands. It is October, and there's no other way to say this. I've said it before, this one is by far going to be even busier than what we had before. Today is an insane day. The cotton field is ready to harvest. I was not expecting it to be ready to harvest until next month. It is ready to harvest now. We have got a super busy day, and as a matter of fact, I probably shouldn't have sold the drill knowing the fact that it is ready to harvest today. You can see it in the distance there. That is not what I anticipated. I'm going to be honest with you. I thought it wasn't going to be ready until November. It's ready now. So, could we have got some grass out of that field? Yeah, probably, if we, obviously mowed it in December. But I think December we're going to have enough to do anyway. So, it is what it is, right? We're too late now. So, I'm not going to go back and buy another drill just to do that little field. So, I'm not going to worry about it. Well, maybe we'll put some other things down potentially that might help us. Maybe some greenhouses, like cricket greenhouses potentially. Maybe another mill. Who knows? Those things may help us in the end here. I don't know for sure. I'd have to do a little bit of math on that, but maybe off camera I might end up putting those down. Who knows? For the time being, though, we are going to sell our prickly pear marmalade. It is best to sell it now. I'm not going to get rid of the prickly pear cactus greenhouses yet, even though the price isn't going to be the best. I'm not going to get rid of them. We'll just keep them running, but we're going to sell the bulk of them right now because it is the best time to sell them. And, yeah, 18,634, so not anything crazy. As a matter of fact, we really didn't make much money at all off of that. I thought it was going to be a lot better than that, and unfortunately, it just wasn't. But that's okay. That's okay. It's a little extra money. We'll take it. We are way behind when it comes to money. However, a lot of the guys, I think, have sold most, if not all, of the pallets that they have. I know Krusty still has some stuff, but I know Rusty has finished selling pretty much all of his pallets that he's going to have. So we've got a little bit more than they do, I think, when December comes around. Our December month, just like today, is going to be super, super busy. We're going to be slammed with things to do. So let's pull over here to the side here. I want to head to the BGA. We want to go ahead and turn on the electric and the methane and turn those on to selling. As you can see, we've got a pretty decent amount in there. It's nothing crazy, but it will make us a decent amount of money, so we'll take that. We need to get some more slurry into the BGA, get that running. We need to go buy a harvester for the cotton field here. As we mentioned, right, we're not going to make a ton of money off this cotton field. It's going to be a small amount, but we'll take it. We'll take it. And obviously, when we're done with the harvester, we can just sell it immediately. So there really won't be a whole lot that we lose when it comes to that. But that's okay, right? That's okay. Everything's good. We're going to get the slurry first and foremost here. We've got a lot of slurry. I want to get that into the BGA. I want to get that going. And then more than likely today, I think we're going to get rid of the cows. I think we'll keep the pigs until next month, but I think we'll get rid of the cows today. Reason being is, realistically, we need to get that manure into the BGA and moving. And, we've got a lot of manure just sitting here that's not really doing anything. So we're going to go ahead and do that so we can get that moving along in the BGA. So we'll get rid of the cows today. I'm going to wait until later on. I'll try to get a little bit more out of them if we can help it. But we'll sell them at that point. We should get a decent amount of money off the cows, though. They should, and realistically, they've got a couple of months on them, so when we sell them, we should make a little bit of money back. Everything else, for the most part, is doing well. Rusty looks like he's harvesting one of his last fields, probably. We have every single grass field except for the one we did in the last episode that are ready to harvest right now. Now, we're not going to do all of them today. I will tell you that. We're not going to do all of them today. As a matter of fact, I don't know what I'm doing here. I should have a worker starting to mow some of this, so let's just get a worker doing that, because that's going to help us while we do the cotton field. I don't really know which one to do. I'm kind of impartial. I don't think it really makes a difference which one we have the worker do. I guess we'll do this one over here in the middle. Okay, get that worker going. Let's get the rest of this slurry. And then, like I said, we'll get started on buying a cotton harvester and getting our cotton harvested. And we can put that into Grandma's knitwear and get that going. The earlier we get that going, honestly, the better. Because, like I said, it is going to take them a while to get through what we are going to get here. Now, I think, to be fair, we're doing these kind of back-to-back here. A couple hours between, but pretty much back-to-back. So I really didn't get a whole lot of time to test this. But I think, in theory, I should be able to unload a partial bale. I should be able to. I hope we can. If we can't, it is what it is, right? We're just going to have to put the whole thing in one of Grandma's knitwear. Now, more than likely, the one we're going to put it in is the most recent one we put in. There's only 651 liters left of wool in there to process, so they're going to be done with that today. The other one still has a little bit left, so we're doing okay there, too. We've got some more goat milk we need to move over. We'll do that in a little bit. October, that what we just sold was really the best. We can take a look at the eggs. Eggs are November, but they may still be a decent price today. So we'll take a look at that too. But realistically, a lot of this stuff that we have here, we're going to be waiting to sell until later on. Now, the goat milk and the mozzarella we probably should sell today, though, because the price was realistically the best last month. But it does go back up again in December, so we can take a peek and see how it looks in October. If it's still decent, maybe we sell them now. If it's not, we probably wait till December, right? The thing is, we're going to have so much to do in December that it almost makes probably more sense to do it a little earlier if we can help it, just to save us. All right, so we've got that going in there. So let's turn the BGA on for the slurry. There we go. And we got 4 minutes, and we're going to see a pretty big spike in money. It's not going to be anything crazy. It's certainly not going to be the 1.4 million or whatever it is. Yeah, 1.4 million that Crestview is at now, but, you know, it is what it is. We'll do what we can. Crestview's spying on me again. Did you see that? He jumped in the forklift. He was spying on me. All right, so we need to buy a harvester, a cotton harvester. So, well, the one we're going to buy is the case. All right, so there's nothing in the used market, is there? No, of course not. There was one out there before, so I can't really complain too much, but it wasn't really the right thing to do, in my opinion. So we're going to do this one with the liftable one. We'll just pick it up by hand. Michelin's, of course, working with, so we can increase the working with. I don't think we need to do that. I think that is perfectly fine. We just hit 9 o'clock, so there you go. We got a little bit more money. Again, it's not a ton of money, unfortunately. I wish it was more, but it's just simply not. It is what it is, right? It is what it is. We got plenty of digestate in there. I'm leaving that for right now. I think the fertilizer plant is okay. Maybe we move a little bit more in November, just a tiny bit, maybe. But I think it'll be okay. So Michelin 6-meter width is fine. Let's go ahead and buy it. Takes up most of our money, but that's all right. Like I said, we're literally going to use it for probably not even a full hour. And then we can sell it right back, so. I'm going to turn this on because I think. Maybe we can't unload it. We might not be able to unload. I thought we could, but we might not be able to. So we may have problems getting through this whole thing. So this may have been another mistake, but it is what it is, right? I was trying to change it up instead of just doing grass the entirety of the last year. I was trying to do some different stuff, right? We did the sugar beets for a little while. Didn't really pan out. This also may not end up panning out, but that's all right. It is what it is. We did our best, right? Definitely wanted to win, but, you know, Crestview's... Oh, by the way, his trees have grown up as well, so he's got a lot going for him right now. So I mean, good on him. He did a lot of things to pivot and shift his way to start, you know, making himself into a better state than he was in before. So I swear there is a way to unload this early. I swear there is. I swear I've done it before, but I guess not, as I'm not seeing it now. Oh, well. It is what it is. Okay, quick autosave, of course. So we're going to get this done. We've got the worker doing the mowing. I'm probably going to have the worker continue to mow for quite a while here. I'm going to have him continue to do stuff. I'm going to do some math on the insects and then possibly the mill. I'm going to do some math on that. I don't think it's going to pan out, so we probably won't do anything with this part of the field here. But There's a chance, I think. There's a chance. How's everything else doing? Insect mills are fine. Greenhouse is good. Oh, by the way, I did get the little bit of seeds and fertilizer we had left into the greenhouse wood production here, so that's going well. I think we're going to have about the right amount of seeds in there. Maybe a little bit too much fertilizer, but the right amount of seeds in there for the remainder of the series, which is a good thing, right? So now I do think our prickly pear productions here, I think they need a little water, so we're probably going to have to move some water over to them here today as well. All right, we are getting stuck on the edge here. We might not be able to get this. There we go. I got it. I got it. The other thing that we have that a lot of the guys don't have is we've got a lot of, buildings, productions. We've got like this, this windmill. We'll get a little bit of money back for that, right? We've got a lot of other stuff that we're going to sell. I would argue that we have probably more buildings than everyone. So we'll get some money back on all these buildings when it comes time to sell those. Obviously, it's not going to be a ton of money. Is it going to get us 1.4 million? Probably not, right? Probably not, but, it is what it is. We'll do what we can with what we've got and hope for the best, man. Fingers crossed, hope for the best. Used market, not much out there for us right now, unfortunately. Looked at that a little bit earlier. That green... talk straight, see? That John Deere tractor is still out there. The forage wagon is still out there as well, but again, we're not going to do those. These were ours that we put out here. And now there's another trailer out there too, so... But anyway... I like the hot air balloon in the background. I like that image right there. That's probably going to be good for a thumbnail. We'll go with it. So, you know what we got to do. Unfortunately, like I said, this has a lot of hail damage in it too, which is the last thing we really want, right? We really wanted to try to get as much out of this as possible, but things just did not go our way, and that sometimes is going to happen. So, let's get to work, though. Let's get this field done. And we'll see truly how much cotton we got out of this and how big of a mistake it may or may not have been. All right, that's all done. That end there might be a little bit nauseating because that was a little much, but got the bales up. I was able to actually get them unloaded partially, which is what I was hoping for. It was just a mistake on me. I just knew there was something I was doing wrong. It's because I had turned on that automatic drop. As soon as I turned that off, it allowed me to do the partial, so we're good there. Unfortunately, we did not get the field harvested before we hit 10 o'clock, though, so that's a little unfortunate, but it is what it is. So let's go ahead and turn this on now. We'll go ahead and turn the cotton on. So there's 7,691 liters in the one, and the other one should be just under 5,000, I think. So, yeah, 4,998. So they should, in 3 months, be able to chew through that. It shouldn't be a problem, hopefully. Fingers crossed, I guess is what I should say, but it should be okay, I think. It should be okay. It'll be close, but it should be okay. But I wanted to get that in there as fast as possible and get that started, since we already hit 10 o'clock anyway, and that way they're able to start chewing through that a little bit now, and hopefully we'll make it. So let's sell this back. Again, there should be very little, if any. We got to $21,000 to repaint it. Holy cow, that's a lot to repaint it. All right, so we're getting 453,202 back from it. We paid what? What did we pay? I don't even remember what we paid for it. Yeah, so we didn't spend all that much, honestly, on that. That's fine. Okay, so that's all done. The worker finished mowing, but they didn't really. They didn't really, did they? There's a lot of bits here. It always seems to be there's some bits here that were not mowed. But you know what? We can take care of those in another episode, right? I'm just going to get the worker going on this, and we'll get windrowing this all up. I'm going to leave those little patches there, and you know, that's fine. We'll leave the patches there. It's not a huge deal. Okay, so that's done. We've got that. Now, what else? I'm going to leave the cows alone for just a little bit longer. I do think we should probably load up the mozzarella here and the aged goat cheese. We should load that up and sell what we can from that. Like I said, I guess I should look. Yeah, the aged goat cheese, yes, we should sell it now 100%. And I would assume the mozzarella is the same way because it was best last month, so it should still be pretty decent. Yes. Well, technically it says it's best now, but last month it said it was September. Who knows? Doesn't matter. We'll sell it now too. So what are we looking at here? So we can get 5,940 at Rusty's, so we can go there. That's an easy one. The aged goat cheese, we want to take it to the big farmer's kiosk again. Okay. Let's get the mozzarella first, because the mozzarella's dropping-ish. I don't know how much mozzarella we have in here. It's probably not going to be a whole lot, but... All right, how much more is in here? All right, that's just these two. Okay, all right. So we'll go sell these two. There's only one pound of aged goat cheese right now, so it's not even that much. I can turn this off now. I don't need this on anymore. All right, Big Farmer's Kiosk is the same one we did last time? Yes, same one we did last time. Okay. Now our cows, they should be in okay shape. They ran out of food. I will fully tell you that. They did run out of food. Their health's jumping back up, which is good. So I probably will wait here another hour or two. Their health should be back at 100% because we did get some more, food in there. But they don't have any more straw. That could be part of a problem. I don't know. We'll give it another hour and see what happens. All right, nice. Another 27,000 out of that. We'll take that. Okay, so we've got that. So we've got a few other things we could potentially sell. We need to look at this, as like I said, right? We need to look at some of these selling things. We got to continue to look at this every single month as we move forward here, because they're going to be jumping around all over the place. So flour, no. We'll wait on that. Clothes, we're waiting on that. Which we kind of knew that, right? Canola oil, we are still going to wait. Although the price is pretty good, we're still going to wait and hope for the best there. What else we got? Not that, not that. Solid fertilizer. We should sell the solid fertilizer now. Okay, so we'll do that. We've got a little bit of that. There's not tons, but we've got a little bit of that. Prefab walls. Yeah, we'll wait on the prefab walls. They're going to go up again. Price isn't bad right now, but they're going to go up. Goods exports 5307. Actually, that's really, really good. Maybe we should sell some of those today. I don't know. But we've got enough grass stuff to take care of, too, today. So, yeah, we'll hold off on that. We'll do some grass work here. We need to get that grass work done. I think everything else we know for a fact is not going to be something to sell today, so we'll sell this aged goat cheese and kind of move on from there. We'll get started on that other grass field that the worker mowed up for us. So, where was the aged goat cheese? I think it was at Rusty's, right? 837. No, it's at the farmer's market. Oh, actually, it's at the big farmer's kiosk, which is where we just sold that. Did I sell the stuff at the wrong thing? I think I did. I think I did, because that's just where we took the mozzarella. I was supposed to take the mozzarella to Rusty's. Whoops. Oh, well. Too late now. Nothing I can do about it now. They're gone. That's a big mistake. Whoops. So, it's October. I may do a heavy push. I talked about this at the beginning of the episode, but I may do a heavy push on the crickets here towards the tail end. We've got that field now that was cotton field, right? That we're not going to be able to put anything in. So I might do a heavy push of just throwing down tons and tons and tons of greenhouses of crickets. In a 3-month period of time, we should make enough to pay back the $10,000 charge for that, right? So I may do a heavy push on that. Will we make enough for the mill? Probably not, but we should make enough from just the cricket productions or the cricket greenhouses themselves. We should make enough for that. I could just put them on auto selling, as a matter of fact. The guys said they were going to start doing some auto selling, and it makes sense. I'm probably going to do that at some point in December because we're going to have so much to do. It's just going to take too long, right? So we're just going to put them on some of this stuff on auto selling because it's not even worth recording. Watching us do an hour-long video of nothing but picking up pallets, putting them on a trailer, and going and selling them. Picking up pallets, putting them on a trailer, going and selling them, right? So a lot of this, we're probably going to start just doing some auto-selling to help it. Now, we understand the auto-selling, you're not going to make as much money. We get that. We totally get that. But, something's got to give at some point, right? Something's got to give, so. All right, we've got some more goat milk we need to drop off, so let's do that. Then we'll go sell the solid fertilizer because it's dropping, and then we will start on our grass field. All right, looks like the guys are finishing up, so I should too. I'm going to continue working on the grass here off camera. You've seen me do this thousands and thousands of times. I put the worker on doing the rolling over there. So you've seen me do this a bunch, so not really a real reason to do that. Like I said, I do think we are going to push pretty heavily to adding some more crickets over there. I do think it's going to end up panning out with 3 months remaining. So we'll see what I end up coming up with between now and the next episode, if anything. Maybe I don't do it, but I'm kind of leaning pretty heavily towards doing so. Just kind of rolling out some more cricket greenhouses. Probably just putting them on auto selling, as a matter of fact, but we'll find out. So until then, though, what I'd like to do, I'm going to do a quick autosave here, is I'd like to sell the cows and start the process of getting rid of those. That area, I should say, of the cows and stuff, right? So let's do that first and foremost. Let's jump here. And then I'm not going to sell the actual pin yet. I will be doing that. But I might just end up doing that off camera. I don't know. There we go. Animal dialogue. Here we go. We want to sell these. 14,000. So yeah, not a ton of money, but you know what? That's okay. That's all right. That's still a decent amount. So, and then we'll sell these as well. That gets us over 700,000. So we'll take it. Cows are gone. There is some food in there, but it's not much. And you know, with what we paid for the grass in there, it really doesn't make that big of a difference. So we'll get that slurry out of there. We'll get the milk out of there, which there should be very little probably milk in there at this point, but we'll get it out of there nonetheless. So that way we can go ahead and sell that, and we'll sell that really quick, and then we'll end the episode at that point. I probably need to move some water around as well. I've talked about that at the beginning of the episode, so I will do a lot of that off camera as well. Just lots to do off camera. Lots of the stuff that I'm going to be doing off camera, though, is stuff that you have seen me do many, many times. So it really shouldn't be anything major that you're missing, if you will. The only thing that you may miss is if I decide to start adding, you know, the cricket greenhouses down. Some more cricket greenhouses down, I should say, which I'm leaning pretty heavily towards doing. All right, so the milk's out. We can sell this now too, really, because we're not going to need that anymore. I'll probably do that off camera potentially if I have the time. If I don't have the time, we can do it next episode. It's not a huge deal. I do have all the icons on here because I did that just for the cows there, so let's get rid of that. Let's get the slurry out of here, and I'll drop that off at the BGA as you would expect, but we'll go ahead and sell the pin here in just a second. There's not going to be much in there. All right, so we can go ahead and sell this pin, and then we'll see how the BGA does with manure. All right, the cows are gone. No more cows. Cows are gone. So if we, I'm just going to unhook this right here. I'm going to drop it off right in Rusty's way. He'll get over it. If I would go to the right spot, that would be better. Let's over here. Let's pick up the trailer here. I'm not sure how I'm going to go about this manure, right? I talked about this. I'm not quite sure how I'm going to go about this. I've got to figure this out. Ooh, I forgot to turn these off. Whoops. Whoops. I'm going to put that back on distributing just for a brief period. I don't think there's going to be much that's going to go over there. It's got 5,000 in there, so let's let a little more go over there because we've got a couple more months, but not much more needs to go over there. I don't want to send a bunch over there because we know it's not going to chew through it because it's so slow. We know for a fact it's not going to, right? So I don't know how much manure is in here, but 31,000 is quite a lot. So the BGA silage is going good, slurry is going good. We want to turn on the manure, and I guess we'll see what happens here. Like I said, I'm probably going to have to move this into maybe the other slurry deposit. You know what? As a matter of fact, just to be safe, let's go do that now. And then whatever's remaining there, we'll take that and put it into the trailer, and then we can get rid of that manure basin. And hopefully when we get rid of that, the BGA will start being able to produce again, right? I understand that if I kept the cows for another month or two, maybe I'd get a little bit more out of them, just so I'd squeeze a little bit more, but the manure would still be a problem, right? And I want to push that manure pretty heavily here into the BGA for the remainder here. Now, could it get through all the manure we have? Yeah, maybe. But I just don't want to leave the manure there and not get anything out of it. So I think I can unload this here. I hope I can. If I can't, then I don't know what to do. I think I can. Oh, I guess I can't. Dang. I thought I could, but I guess I can't. Alright, so now what am I going to do? I thought I could unload manure in this. For some reason, it does not let you do it. And I can't unload that either there. Okay. What are we going to do here? Ooh, I got an idea. Does that... Maybe it does. Does this... Where's it at? Accept manure. Does not look like it. Maybe that's manure. Is that manure? I don't know. I don't know if it is manure or not. I guess we could try it. Right? We could try it. Well, I guess the other thing we could try is looking at this to see if anything is moving from the manure standpoint. It's not. It's still not moving. What are we going to do here? That's a problem. That's a big problem. I guess what we could do... I don't know how much manure is still in that thing. I don't know. I guess what we could try to do is if... we've got our flatbed trailer we've been using. We can go and modify that back to a regular trailer. And, use that way. I suppose that will work. Right? Let me put this grass away and let's attempt... this might work. It might accept manure in this. But I don't think it will. I don't think that was manure. I think that was silage and TMR. I'm getting my logos mixed up here, but I'm pretty sure that was not manure, because manure, obviously, it's got its own logo, right? So I already know it's not going to work, so never mind. I know it's not. I know somebody's already yelling at me in the comments, but you're right. I know it's not. So, yeah, that's not manure. So that's not going to work. All right, so I think what we have to do is get the other trailer and change it into, well, modify the flatbed of that trailer and turn it into a regular trailer and then put the manure in there. I think that's what we're going to have to do. I don't see any other way around it. There's not much manure in there now, right? 10,000. I think that's about what we have. We might just have to eat that 900, maybe. All right, just run right into him. Good job, Z. I don't know why it does that sometimes. I'm turning and it just keeps on turning even though I've let go of it from turning left. It just keeps turning. Whatever. All right, let me modify this. Okay, so this should work. We've got plenty in here. There's plenty of space in here, so this should work. Should get rid of the rest of this out of here, and then we can get rid of that, and then hopefully the BGA will start working again. There's no more manure in there, even though it looks like there is. There's no more manure in there. So, let's sell this. Okay. And then let's see what happens here. If I drop the manure in here, what happens? Does it work? Okay, so BGA. We'll have to wait till it unloads. I really can't tell right now. Let me get the rest of this unloaded and we'll figure it out. Gonna need gas here real soon in this tractor. It's trying to hold out to the very last minute, but we're gonna need it. Okay, so manure. It's working. It's working, gang. It's working. Look at that. 10.712, 10.705. It's working. All right, good. We're in a better spot, man. It's working. Good, 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 good. Okay, well, we're going to leave the episode at that point. Gang, I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, make sure you smash the like, subscribe button in case you've yet to do so. They are free to do. They help me out an absolute ton. Thanks to my members for all their continued support. It really does mean the world to me. If you want to become a member, you get early access to videos like this one. There's a link down below. Check out my second channel if you haven't done so already. Check out the Discord. All of that good stuff is down below for you. As always, thanks for watching. Thanks for your continued support, and I'll see you next time.